Got some people in here already. I guess y'all was already set up for me. We got Knowledge. Comments normally 793rd. Wait for a couple more people to touch down. What's going on out there? Can we, I can't recall. Alright, XDJ Beats, Waju. What we was S. Reeves. It's been a minute. I need I don't have my thing so I can what's the title for the day again? The title of this live is The Science of Reality versus the Art of Illusion. Fly phrase from the Providence Plantations. But yeah, the science of reality versus the art of illusion. Free to be me, it's been a minute. But y'all let y'all get a chance to chime in on that before it becomes a rant. You know, that topic right there could easily turn into a rant. You know, everybody do the each one teach one, and hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. All right, we got what's your new name? Oh yeah, Mr. Spot. Mr. Spot just came in the room. Didn't we have a topic? We had a topic from yesterday that we left Ramad Williams. All right, welcome to the channel, Ramad Williams. Quiz R Quaco Laban. You've been checking the replays. Yes, man. I gotta come on in the nighttime again, man. I'm seeing a lot of people I ain't seen in a while. You know, making some progress. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all chime in on that topic, the science of reality versus the art of illusion. Because that could very, very easily turn into a rant. Anyone? Anyone? No one has any input on the science of reality versus the art of illusion? Quasar Quaco said, neither are truth, both are matters of perspective. Alright. That's how you Free to Be Me said the art of illusion can become your reality. That's where you said left brain versus right brain. 793rd said the 8th degree and 1 to 10. Oh yeah, I didn't get around to that question. How I see the 8th degree and 1 to 10. Who's the person that asked that question? Calm is Lonely said reality equals that does not have a birth record. Reality, Quaco said, reality is my honest perception of events. Illusion is someone else telling me what reality is. While you said, takes me to the justice and knowledge degree in 140. But 793, who was that asked that question about the 8th degree in the 1 to 10? Spot says, I think someone made a statement in the NGE that you don't have to read books a couple years ago, and people took it the wrong way. I liken the title of the live to that.
Hooked up TV? Oh, you don't hook the TV back up there?
The TV? Oh,
Yeah, because that one is automatically got the internet on it too.
In the window and shit, right?
Because that was the one that was out here.
Mm-hmm.
Some juice in there. The whole wire.
Was it knowledge? Calm Islami said, who is that mystery God, an illusion used to conceal the reality of the living God? Art of the 10%. I don't think it was it knowledge? Knowledge is in the room. When I first came on, I seen a comment from knowledge. Cypher Divine. Why are these comments so small on the screen right now? Science is a method to draw up a specific truth. Science is a form of mathematics. Illusion is the trick knowledge or misunderstanding, not seeing things for what they really are and only what they appear to be. Free to be means that everyone has his own reality. Well, first let's deal with the bill degree, because that one is a little more simple. You know what I'm saying? The first useful land that you gotta use is yourself. You understand what I'm saying? In terms of, you got the women and the babies, right? Which is 23, wisdom and understanding. You know what I'm saying? But it's also telling you about, wisdom and understanding borns power. You know what I'm saying? And while power, is not necessarily a physical thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to exercise your power, as God, to shape and mold your reality, to tie it into what the topic of today is about. You understand what I'm saying? Just like when you look at the 6 million square miles, you know what I mean? Six is the colored man's power. You understand what I'm saying? So, in reality, but you have to be able to exercise that in order to be able to apply it to any part of the land. And so when you look at the degrees, while you see, okay, you can't really, if you was to try to pinpoint, from the year 1934 to the year 2020, where's the 23 million square miles that the original man uses? Is because he hasn't activated his power yet. You understand what I'm saying? And he got to activate his power through the supreme knowledge of self, right? And then his actions and the best part that those actions bring about, right? Based on being activated from the knowledge of self. This is how he begins to, manipulate his surroundings for his benefit. That's the first thing you gotta be able to do. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta be able to use your brain power. You understand what I'm saying? Because remember, this body right here, right? And everything that we see right here on the planet, right? If it's on the planet, for the most part, it came out of the planet. Again, we got, meteors and things of that nature that have come here from outer space. But we gotta activate our actual self. See? And one of the reasons why, the devil is being so successful in his undertakings is because he's using us. He's using his 6 million square miles, and he's using our 23 million square miles. You understand what I'm saying? Your brain power, your muscle power, you know, the amount of knowledge, you know what I'm saying, that he's assimilated from us and been able to activate, even being able to find the wilderness of North America. He's using us. You know what I'm saying? The wealth that the colored man civilization is based on, right? It's not based on nothing that happened in Europe. It's based on wealth that he's able to extract by using us. You know what I'm saying? Because in reality, you could have all the land in the world until you really activate yourself, until you use your own power, right? And not depend on the power of the mystery God. You could be sitting on the most fertile land that ever existed. But that's a little unique. As I told you, I like to come up with something new. You know what I'm saying? And also, you also gotta learn that, see, like for instance, we say that the 23 million square miles is the women and the babies, right? Now look, for some of y'all got the knowledge at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like God Cyber Divine is in the room. See, he got a woman and babies. By the time he came to this knowledge, he had a woman and babies. You see what I'm saying? When I came to the knowledge, I didn't have no woman and no babies. So then I would have been talking as a mystery God about mysterious powers that I had, about mysterious things that I never made and didn't own. So you got to be able to, show and prove that you have wisdom and understanding before you get to the level of having a woman. Because if you don't have wisdom and understanding before you get to the level of having a woman, I don't know how you would get to that point of having a woman. I really don't. But let's let real hip hop chime in on that. Let's see what real hip hop has to say concerning the science of reality versus the art of illusion. Real hip hop, he goes off the deep end a lot, but he has a lot of things that he says that are interesting. Is everyone doing the each one teach one and hitting the like button for me? So we can open up, I get a whole bunch of new privileges once I reach a certain milestone on the subscribers. Whoa. Knowledge God. Knowledge God is new to the channel. I don't recall which Knowledge God is this. So so Real Hip Hop said the science of reality is based on seeing things for the way they are. Alright, so Real Hip Hop said the science of reality is based on seeing things for the way they are versus seeing things on a surface level, which may be an illusion. You know, on a basic level, now God said the same one. Show my now's God that's in California. Walik. Mr. Green one. Yeah, I don't know why some of these comments I'm over here. I'm back on my have me a little snack over there. Have me a little, I don't know, Born Mastermind would approve. Knowledge God from Pelon. Knowledge God. What part of Pelon? You know, it's a lot of people from Pelon, man. I was talking to the guy Foundation. Me and Foundation was talking. Foundation Sham guy, Carlos Clark. What's going on? Yeah, I guys coming on at nighttime, man. I ain't see a lot of y'all in a minute. But I was talking to Foundation Sham guy, and that kind of topic came up. That like when it comes to being from the Pelon, I definitely know him, and he definitely know me. You know what I'm saying? And we was people that, we stayed in the pocket. You know what I mean? Constantly building. And it was funny. He said and whenever I see Foundation, he always tell me a funny story about myself. That so we was talking to this brother, and the brother was saying that he knew me from the Pelon, right? He was saying he knew me from the Pelon, and he said, that he knew me from just passing. That he used to, he would pass me by on the street or whatever. And so Foundation said, wait a minute, hold on. You used to pass this brother by? Like, nah, I know you don't know. He said, because you wasn't passing this brother by back in the days without getting accident. Hey, if you ran into him, you was gonna be building. So I don't, but that to me was funny. You know what I'm saying? But to start digging into the topic though, you know what I'm saying? I agree with what a lot of y'all said. especially I thought Calm Islamly hit important things when he was dealing with uh, the 10th degree and 11th degree. You know, he didn't go too deep into it. Hold on, let me see if I can find this comment that he put again. Oh, this Ramon Williams put something here I didn't see. The science of reality is truth that cannot be. Oh, the science of reality is truth that cannot be proven wrong, and the art of illusion is what Yaqub had promised his people in the wisdom and understanding degree and the knowledge through in the 140. All right, so yeah, he said reality is that which has no birth record. So who's the person that spoke on the 10th degree and the 11th degree? Did I just see that on my own or something? Am I seeing things? But at any rate, he got into it. You see, in just on the most basic level. See, there's a science to reality. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, you know, if something is real, right, then it has weight and it takes up space. You understand what I'm saying? The observation and the measurement of the weight and of the space that it takes up, you need science in order to analyze that. There's a science to all these things that's real. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's an event that happened, you know, an event that happened is not something that you could reach out and touch. You understand what I'm saying? The mathematician just came in. It's not something that you could reach out and touch. You understand what I'm saying? But there's a science to that event. You understand what I mean? There's a history. There's a thing that happened first, you know, a catalyst for that event. You know, and there's a outcome to that event, and then there's consequences to that event. All of these things is real. Reality is science. How it comes into existence is science, right? And how we come to know about it is science. So just like we deal with the science of everything in life, you know, even when you're dealing with something that's mental, if we an idea, you understand what I'm saying? There's a certain science to that. You know, it could be any idea. We could talk about slavery. There's a certain science to that where we could go back into the different history of it. How did this person get introduced to it? You know, or this group of people get introduced to it. You understand what I'm saying? What was the methods that they used? Where did they take their enslaved people to? See, all of this is science. This is the observation, right, of real phenomena. See, the art of illusion. The art of illusion is getting you to think it's real. Oh, that was Wise You that says it takes him to the 10th degree and 11th degree. You understand what I mean? Now, the reason why, you know, I would, you know, that stood out to me, right, is because you're dealing with things like, look, See, the mystery God, them getting you to believe in the mystery God is an art. But see, the hard times, hunger, nakedness, and out of doors, see, that's reality. So you don't need no, what else do I need to do, right, to get you to understand hard time, hunger, nakedness, and out of doors? Like how many questions do you need to have about hard time, hunger, nakedness, and out of doors? Meaning that right now, there's people that's been dealing with Christianity 50, 60, 70 years, and they still have things that, of course they don't know. They believe it, right? This is an art. Because not everybody is going to believe in the same thing. See, now that's when you start coming to perception. That's when you start coming to perception, where people say perception is reality. I don't really agree with that. There's a science, right, to reality. And your perception of it, your perspective on it may vary, but your perception of it, right, doesn't really make it reality. You understand what I'm saying? In a strictly what's the word I'm looking for? In a way where you say in your mind that's a reality. But see, in order for you to get me, right, to agree with something that's only your perception, you can't do that through science. Like if we looking at an elephant and you perceive a rabbit, right? How you going to get me? You can't take me through the science. You can't take me through a comparison of these species. And the difference, another huge difference, right, is Carmen's Longley. I think that was what Carmen's Longley said that when he said that it doesn't have a birth record. And see, remember, a birth record don't just mean no beginning, it means no ending. See? So what happens with illusions? We perceive them as real for a period of time. But the illusion cannot be sustained, right? Because there's no science behind it. There's no reality behind it to maintain its existence. There's no universal science. Like, okay, if you just stay in that room right there, then you can say that's real. But the fact is, right, that reality is something that's common. Meaning, we all got a common reality that we deal with. Now, we might have certain people amongst us, right, that don't necessarily share in that reality. Their perception of just the time and space in and of itself that they exist in, they might don't be a part of our reality. Like when you see different places, right, where people lose touch with reality, right, that's usually the first thing they ask them. Do you know what time and place you living in? Like if a person get in the boxing ring, right, and they get knocked out or they get knocked down, they get knocked out, right? So for a minute, you don't know what was going on in reality. You had a little separation. You had a little separation from reality. Not that you getting knocked out wasn't real, but I'm saying what transpired during that time, or right before that time, or right after that time. Right? You wasn't a part of that. So the first thing they ask you is the basic signs. Where you at? What's your name? How many fingers I got up? Now see, when I say how many fingers I got up, or the man say how many fingers I got up, you can't deal with just perception. If the man got up 3 fingers and you say 4, then you can't say, oh, well, that's my reality. No, there's a certain science to how many fingers he put up. He put up more than 2, less than 4. That's a particular part of reality. You may get caught up in the perception of it because the nature of mathematics. It's infinite. Yeah, you could take it anywhere and you can make all these different equations. But it's still only one right answer, one solution, one correct solution to each problem. And that's when you come in, right? One of the arts of illusion, right, is to try to expand the meaning of reality until it includes things that's not reality. But you can see that push just in general society. Where, for instance, we try to eliminate the meaning of normal. And so now different people, can perceive reality their own way, right? And then try to reverse the reality, right? Into saying that the problem is not that they're dealing with illusion. The problem is that you have too limited of a view of reality to see their perception as your reality. You see that type of talking? That's artistic. See, when there's an illusion, I can't tell you what book to read to go show and prove that illusion. I can't tell you what numbers to add up to show and prove an illusion. See, when, like the brother said, no limitation of time. Say, for instance, right, a mirage. When I'm talking about a mirage, I'm talking about a desert type of mirage, where people in the desert and they dying of thirst and they think they see an oasis. See, that's an illusion, right? That is going to limit is when you get actually to the place. See, when you study an illusion, you're not going to find no science there. Let me catch back up with y'all over here. These comments is turning in this window over here when y'all type. God Cipher Divine say, getting someone to acquiesce or agree without showing and proving, that's a dangerous mindset, and you would be easily led in the wrong direction and end up falling victim. 793rd say, y'all were building yesterday on the shock of the youth based on the events, media coverage, protests, Almighty God, Allah came in, protests and climate. But it says based off their perception of how they thought reality was based on their disconnect. God Cipher Divine said, funny you use that analogy. Someone getting knocked out is because they don't have a strong foundation. They don't have a strong foundation. The Ali Shuffle was a tactic of illusion to focus on flash. What it says? Focus on flash and not imminent. These comments is crazy small in this window. But that's the basic difference that you always want to see between the science of reality and the art of illusion. Right now, Mr. Spock put something right here. Having hoop dreams, right, is, something that for most people is an illusion. You understand what I'm saying? But making it to the pros or not making it to the pros is a science. Like, the illusion that you're going to make it is one thing. But see, if you don't make it, everybody know why. If you do make it, everybody know why. If you get passed over, you might don't get drafted, but then you still end up in the NBA, everybody knows why. If you become the first round draft pick and then you out of the league 3 years later, everybody knows why. There's going to be a science to that. The people who drafted you, they're going to be able to say, well, look, we drafted them because of this, and this. The people who cut you, they're going to say, we cut them because of this, and this. But like you said, if you ask the average little kid right now, right, that's just seeing LeBron James, and he wants to be LeBron James, well, what makes you think you're going to go to the pros? They don't have nothing like that. They think it's just, I'm going to make it, watch. But they don't have no actual science that they dealing with. Now, you might have a couple of people, a handful of people in the world that say, well, look, I'm 7 foot. You know. So that's why I think I'm gonna make it. That's a certain science. Well, look, if you 7 foot, you're gonna get a chance to make it in the NBA. You're gonna get a chance to go in the NBA. Now, you know, if you don't have all the things that they need, then of course you're not gonna make it. But if you 7 foot, that's a certain science where you can say, okay, now you got the other people, right? That they selling you the illusion. You know, meaning, you know, your college coach, he might sell you that illusion. That look, if you come here to this school, we're gonna get you to the pros. Or the agents, or the different people that's just around you. You understand what I'm saying? May all be caught up in the illusion that you're gonna make it. Now, is that actually a fact? That delusions are illusions of grandeur. I'm not saying that it's not true, but you know, I see, you know, delusions is kind of you know. Let's get who's in it. Is the wordsmith is not in here? Is he? I ain't see the wordsmith. Can we get a definition on delusions? You know, delusions to me is when the illusion becomes so real to the person. You understand what I'm saying? That they start basing things off of the illusion. You know, so now it's not just that you seeing something that's not there. You know, you're believing in something that doesn't have any science behind it. You know what I'm saying? You know, now it's like you're actually under the impression that this whole illusion has taken place. Like for instance, that Mr. Spock was just saying, you know, going to thinking that you're gonna go to the NBA, right? That's an illusion. You know what I'm saying? You know, showing up at Madison Square Garden, you know, with the whole uniform on, trying to get into the locker room. Now you're deluded. But I don't have can anybody give us a definition for I guess illusion and delusion? Mr. Green once said, as well as the indoctrination of the American dream illusion versus the American nightmare reality. Right. These are the kind of things, there's an art you know, the kind of like the patriotism in all of the you know, the ideas that go into how people see America, right? The illusion of the American dream. That those are novels. Those are works of fiction. Those are movies. Those are TV shows. That's how they sell that. They don't sell that through science. Real Hip Hop said a delusion is to experience auditory or visual effects or to believe things that's not in reality. Almighty God Allah said delusion, false beliefs held by an individual which are stubbornly retained or defended. Yeah. See, people with delusions, you know, see, delusions do reach that extra step where, you know, you could see an illusion and then even come to the point, like I said, where you realize that was an illusion. But people that's deluded, they become violent when you challenge their delusions. God Saving the Mind said delusions can be a mental disorder. You can fall victim to the illusions and form a delusion even if it's contradictory to reality. Real Hip Hop said people who suffer from delusions have the following psychological diagnosis. Quasar Quaco said illusion is someone pushing a reality upon others. Delusion is the mind tricking itself. Real Hip Hop said narcissistic personality disorder, schizophrenia, psychosis, schizoaffective disorder, major depressive disorder. You know, I can actually confirm that that's true. I've learned a lot about mental illness in the last year. You know, more than I ever thought I would know. Well, as you said, illusion pertains to an unreal vision. Delusion can be said to be false belief. Difference between delusion and illusion. As Reeves said, lack of consciousness leaves the subconscious susceptible to persuasion. Yeah, bipolar disorder. You know, I've had gangster sis. Coming to the class for quite a while. I learned some things about, mental illness and what it does to people, how it affects people. Some more recent events too. Some more recent events too, and just in general, I think it's a lot of pressure in society right now that's causing a lot more people to crack. Because we living in a world where the illusion, right, is like so far away from the reality. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, I think it was Mr. Green one brought it up. You know, and this one is very prevalent, I think, in you see in a lot of mental illness now, is that the American dream, right? Or, you know, not even just to cap it right there, but, you know, all of the you know, kind of grand visions that people have of how things are and how they could be and who they could be and all these things of this nature, right? Contrasted with the reality that the difference is so far apart now that you getting people that's cracking under the pressure. You know, there's some things that, you know, maybe I wasn't paying attention. You know, I can't call it. Maybe I'm mentally disturbed myself, so I didn't notice. I can't call it. But I've never seen this many people, you know, and from what I understand, it's not just me. You know, it's not just an illusion that I'm saying. There's actually science behind what I'm saying. Is that right now, you know, there's a high percentage of people that's on different medication. Like, there was no Zoloft and you know, all these different on TV. You know, it wasn't really you know, but there was less pressure at that time. Almighty God Allah said delusions are just one symptom of mental death syndrome, which has 5 elements. Huh. So what's the other 4? Ramon Williams said we lost no time searching for that does not exist. Would that be considered the art of illusion? What, searching for that does not exist? Are you asking if that's the art of illusion? Or losing no time searching for that does not exist? Real Hip Hop said, how do people crack under pressure? What does that mean? You know, the brain, and they lose, people crack under pressure in my, you know, I'm not that kind of doctor, you know what I'm saying? But when people's brains lose kind of the basic ability to categorize things, like that's one of the main tasks of the brain. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see kids, you know what I'm saying, and they asking questions like, yo, what is this right here? What do you call this? You understand what I mean? They gotta be able to categorize things. You know what I'm saying? When you like, yo, okay, these people right here are my friends. You know, this is a category that you putting them in. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you lose that ability, you know, like, that's one of the sciences. You know, when people go through these things, for instance, with you, all those different disorders that you was naming, Real Hip Hop, a lot of times, you know, but even if they not diagnosed with those disorders, you will see that a lot of times people that snap, they turn on the people that's on their side. And a lot of times you will see them befriend people that don't have their best interests. You know, that's a snap right there. You know, something that the brain is, you know, is designed to do. You know what I'm saying? When you know you miscategorize, you know, people that's minding their business as out to get you. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere down the line, your brain, you know, loses the ability to categorize things, right, in a proper perspective. You know what I'm saying? So people that have these snaps with reality, you see that, you know, a small thing, that's something that's a small thing in reality, to them is a reason to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you lose the ability, you know, another thing that you would hear from psychopathic people, right, is that, you know, animals and inanimate objects is talking to them and telling them to do things. You know, the neighbor's dog told them to go out and kill, you know, every night. You know, so they became a serial killer or something. You know, you know, people that, you know, you had certain beliefs. You know, you've had a certain thing, you know, you believed in the American dream, right? And then you seen it wasn't possible. And you believed in it so much that now your whole level of being able to categorize things and you know what to look at as reality and what to look at as illusion becomes distorted. You know, I'm sure the people who study this in school, you know, they probably have their own way of expressing it, and it may not include none of the things I just said. But this is my observations that I've made. Let me see if I catch back up to your comments here. So Mr. Spock said, can the food and even the weed be part of the problem? Absolutely the food. You know, what I've seen is that different people react differently to weed. You know, apparently if you already, you know, have some issues, weed can make you psychotic. As Reeves said, people snap when they refuse to accept the current reality and create alternate worlds. Okay, so you said delusion is the first one, amnesia, anxiety, apathy, and alienation. And these is the five principles of what again, you said? Hold on, let me see if I catch it up here. Of mental death syndrome. So mental death syndrome, this is your own diagnosis that you naming right now. Real Hip Hop said, I've noticed that black people in particular suffer the most from magical thinking. You know, I this is something that I've paid attention to too. You know, that could be an aspect of poverty. You know what I mean? You know, generational poverty mixed with generational poverty mixed with beliefs and mysteries. You understand what I'm saying? You know, a lot of things I think in the black community, or a lot of people may perceive that you know, in order for conditions to change, it's going to take miracles. You know what I'm saying? You know, the belief that you know, and I guess some of it, you know, is, you know, that magical thinking is kind of like the last bastion of hope. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you deal with the concept of what they call the learned helplessness and all of that. But you know, if you can hold out that, you know, Moses is going to come one day and split the Red Sea, right? Then maybe that learned helplessness and hopelessness, you know, can have a little cut put on it. So, God Cypher Devon said what he said. We're all a part of the illusion. How many guys in the chat had knowledge of self since birth? Yeah, keep coming. How many guys in this chat had knowledge of self since birth? We had to break that cycle of illusion, religion, and deal in reality knowledge. 793rd said work in schools, social service, and courts with kids and teens in the 90s, and definitely noticed more people on meds in the 2000s, with family members calling authorities and others on their, or calling the authorities on others off their meds. I mean, yeah, and I don't recall that many people, you know, being on medication. They had a kind of medicine for problem children when I was coming up, but you didn't get it from the pharmacy. So Real Hip Hop says schizophrenia and psychopathy are completely different diagnoses. Now I think that's a thing too, 793rd, you know, because you got a lot of people that they first start giving them these chemicals, right? They first start giving them these chemicals in elementary school, you know, early elementary school. So if you got somebody who's been, you know, having their brain kind of artificially balanced, you know what I'm saying, for years, months, and days, then Your Hip Hop said narcissism is the biggest problem for original people. Narcissism involves magical thinking and grandiosity. Anxiety is based on the perception in real time. Depression is overthinking over a duration of time. Knowledge a lot, so they get paid extra to diagnose black kids with those educational diagnoses, or those, you know, mental diagnoses in the educational system. I have to disagree with you, you know, because of my first-hand experience, which is limited. Real hip hop, that you know, the different diagnosis, right, of different people is nonviolent. You know, because what I've seen is that it's the forcing when you attempt to force them to see reality. When you start breaking down their delusions, whether their delusions is that you know they have multiple personalities, or rather they delusions. I mean, look, right now, you know, if somebody thinks they a baller, you know what I'm saying, or a woman feels like she's a boss bitch, and you start saying things to them, right, that would contradict that, they're gonna become aggressive towards you. Almighty God Allah said, apathy is a lack of interest, a disease of initiative, a lack of handling situations as they should be handled. Real Hip Hop said, there are, however, paranoid schizophrenics, which are schizophrenic people with what? Schizophal personality disorders. I mean, you know, I think you may only, perhaps you only have had experience with nonviolent schizophrenics. And maybe I'm not seeing schizophrenia for what it is, but I know from the outside looking in that I've seen people where it's like, okay, I've known you for 30 years and I don't recognize this personality right here. I don't, the things that you're saying sound off the wall for you. You know what I'm saying? And, when you try to, let them know that their grand visions are not actual, they become violent. And like I said, that's, just of delusions. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen it in every type of deluded person. You know what I'm saying? Every a person who, because with everything, is levels. Real Hip Hop said, look for the DSM-5 characteristics of schizophrenia. See, so how you know about the DSM-5, Real Hip Hop? For those that don't know, the DSM is like a manual for the psychiatric doctors, where they list all of the different mental illnesses and the characteristics and everything. This is the book, like, for instance, when you hear them say that, at one time they had homosexuality was marked down as a mental illness, that was in the DSMs. You know what I'm saying? So, it started out with DSM-1, and now they up to DSM-5. But I would like to know, how does Real Hip Hop, how did you become so familiar with the DSMs? 793 says, saw a whole bunch of undiagnosed La Illuminati, the L brother. Says, saw a whole bunch of undiagnosed hood kids in Kinetic bringing themselves up based on what their parents dealt with when they work and what choices range their hood self-medicating. Yeah, you got a lot of people, yeah, you're right about that. The things that people is taking in their formative years. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you taking fentanyl and stuff like that, during the time when your brain is still forming. Mr. Spock said the meds also give at least kids obesity, which is another problem in itself. Yep. Real Hip Hop says psychopathy is based, what it says here, is based on extreme narcissistic behavior, which includes aggressive tendencies. Yeah, I mean, bipolar, it includes aggressive tendencies. These people are Knowledge said back when I was in elementary school and stuff like that, they started the kid off with saying that, oh, your son is hyper or he needs something to calm him down. Yeah, they didn't have, I always look at myself as having escaped by the skin of my teeth. That I don't recall there being, like just a general protocol to medicate people, because I'm fairly sure they would have tried to get me. But see, I had the type of mother that wasn't going for that. Right, 793rd. That's what I'm saying. He hit another thing on the head, with the internet, virtual reality, social media, all these is things that's causing people to break down, right? Because the illusion that's created on there is so far away from the reality, of real life. Saturday night, third hit on something else. I do think that could be a factor. In terms of kids don't play outside no more, right? So this is creating a couple of situations. You're not working off a certain amount of stress and anxiety or whatever. You know what I'm saying, by physically going out and exerting yourself, and also by not playing outside, right? You're not developing people skills. You're not developing the skills to really deal with a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just playing with these video games and you have a problem, you just hit the reset button. You understand what I'm saying? But you can't you can't do that in life. You know what I'm saying? And these are the things that create pressure. You know what I'm saying? When you in the house, you playing. There's no real time limits. There's no, like when I was playing video games, you gotta play for a quarter or whatever the price is. All of that is, you don't want to just be jerking your money playing games you don't know how to play. But see now, you could do all of that, and then maybe but I do think, man, that not playing outside is having an impact on people. Real hip hop said, I read a lot of books and grew up knowing quacks and dated a social worker. Okay. And when you dated that social worker, did she ever diagnose you? Real Hip Hop said bipolar disorder does not include aggressive tendencies. However, people with ADHD, ODD, and explosive compulsive disorder does. Well, look, perhaps on a universal level, that's true. But what I've seen is that when you deal with bipolar disorder, when people are in the depressed part of the bipolar, they become violent towards themselves. You know what I'm saying? And when a person is in the manic part of the bipolar, they become aggressive with other people. And also, real hip hop, let's deal with reality here, right? Very few people have one diagnosis, at least that I've experienced. Very few people that I've experienced have one diagnosis. Real Hip Hop said we are dealing with a lot of toxic parenting nowadays, which causes children to suffer from emotional deregulation. So the social worker diagnosed Real Hip Hop with Zaddy. What exactly is the Z there for? I've been seeing that on like social media for a while. I think I seen a T-shirt or something where it says she calls me Zaddy or something. But what is the phenomenon? What is the why the change from the D to the Z? Is it like some kind of accent or something? I never. La Illuminati said borderline personality is a serious one in the hood also. Now, borderline personality disorder, I would have to say that is one right there. That because the people that I know that they suffer from mental illness, they not at the borderline. they, they've crossed the line. So I'm saying specifically, how do we define borderline personality disorder? Seven 93rd says social workers can't even diagnose their own kids, which was another issue at one point. Used to mentor for an organization specifically for social worker kids since it was a common thing. Hmm. That's kind of I wonder, like, what's the reasons behind that. Alright, so Zaddy is a comical way to imitate how sisters who date older white men pronounce daddy. Oh yeah, I did that is where I first started seeing it. They were saying your white Zaddy to these women who's supposed to be this is a Hotep channel. So let's put that disclaimer out there. But apparently there's some black women that are referred to as the white man's bed wench or something of that nature. And I do, now that you mention that, I recall that being one of, if not the first, instances that I heard that saying. So that's what that is. So borderline personality disorder is instability in general behavior, relationships. So is so is borderline personality, I'm asking, right? Is borderline personality disorder like those people that they seem normal until whatever is the trigger, and then there's they suffer from psychopathic tendencies. Well, apparently Hotep, it just means peace, from what I understand. But the Hotep brothers, they lock in a lot on exalting the black women. You know what I'm saying? So anytime that the brothers in the group, whenever I see them saying something that could be construed as an attack you know, on women, the black women, uh, you know, I make sure to let people know that this is a Hotep channel, and so you know we don't bash. But you know we hold a certain a certain how would you say, you know, we don't worship the goddess on this page either. But we're Hotep, you know, and the Hotep brothers, they have multiple women. God's Cyber Divine said they can't diagnose their own kids for the same reason a wife cannot be forced to testify against her husband, conflict of interest and obvious bias. I mean, that could be it. It also could be that, you know, the science of social work is an illusion. You know what I'm saying? That the people who you know, they think they have it down to science, but really you don't. You know what I'm saying? You know, another question I would have, and this would be a little bit more on a social plane, is that maybe a lot of people that go into social work, right? Maybe the reason they go into social work is because they from families that have problems. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they have people that's mentally disturbed in their family, and you know, it caused the family to go a certain way, that's what inspired them to go into social work. So then their children maybe inherited some of these you know, disorders or whatever. But you know, I would wonder if it was any type of, what's the name? So you saying that borderline? So the DSM master over here said that this is borderline personality. The Illuminati is saying they want their way in everything. If it ain't their way, things go left. So these are people, these borderline people, these are the kind of hair trigger kind of people that you know, they appear normal, but then it's like they're generally overreacting. They're overreacting in different situations. Real Hip Hop said, you see, this is the type of statement that I have to do a Hotep disclaimer. You know, and let people know that, you know, the views that are being expressed right now may not reflect the views of the Random Jews channel. Real Hip Hop says, the goddess worships the Almighty D. I guess he's talking about Detroit. Real hip hop said the social worker and the psychiatrist are two different fields. Yeah, but those is what they call the soft sciences. Um, yeah, yeah, I can see you saying that that's very uh, prevalent in the hood. I mean, uh, maybe some of that is PTSD. You know what's crazy? I actually did because I can't. Who was it? It was SW that brought it up. Uh, and I actually because I never really paid attention because I didn't feel it was for me. Like a lot of things that happen, if I don't think it's for me, I don't really pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me. You know, uh, I never really paid attention to the whole goddess kind of movement and what it was about and the different people. But I did some I wouldn't say it was research, but I googled Queen Afua, just to see what I was going to see because I don't know if y'all whoever was on the live a couple of weeks ago, and I was asking people like, yo, what is it? Because I never studied what she was saying to know what it was, to have any opinion on it. The hardest working man in South Jamaica, Queens, is taking it down. I was out there today again. Uh, I was on. Well, I'm pretty much. I go out there by uh, Springfield Boulevard. Most of the times I come out there. But yeah, I've been. I actually was gonna hit you, but I was like, man, listen, I need to make it back up top. Real hip hop said most post religious people suffer from PTSD, especially from strict Abrahamic religions. Is so there's a B, and a C PTSD? Jam E Jam said, I wonder how many young brothers out here have undiagnosed trauma response. Um, I mean, if we talking about the hood, I would put the number fairly high. You know, um, I haven't had a chance to diagnose everyone, but uh, a lot of the way that we react, in the hood, right, is it's not really acceptable in any other uh in any other world, in any other forum. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh or the C stands for complex. But yeah, I mean, we in a society, right, where a person will shoot you down over stepping on their shoes. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, other people, like if McDonald's is selling their hamburgers on the block, right? And Burger King opens up in the vicinity, that there's not shooting. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these things is necessary for survival in the atmosphere that we in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta realize that we in a low grade war situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't necessarily compare it to individuals that gotta deal with, IEDs blowing up, and you know what I'm saying, in terms of the amount of things that's happening, you know what I'm saying, and the intensity of the things that's happening. If you in a Desert Storm or Vietnam or World War II, you understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily compare the hood, at least not right now. Maybe in the 80s or early 90s. You know what I'm saying? But we in a low grade war situation. You know what I mean? So the way you have to, act and react in that situation is right, sociopathic. Real hip hop use the word, is sociopathic, in all the other post traumatic slavery disorder. Yeah, I've heard of this too. But yeah, those things are sociopathic. They sociopathic in other realms, you know. But apparently, from what I was observing, with the word, the sacred yoni appears to be kind of the center of these goddess studies. I don't know what do you call it? But apparently, the kind of cultivating of the feminine energy is, this is YouTube. I don't know how to put this into words that's acceptable on YouTube. La Illuminati said the prison or juvenile experience affects us greatly. The school experience, depending on what block you live in, your neighborhood experience. We having a lot of different experiences, that cause us to react in a way that's detrimental to society. You know what I mean? More so than the greatest society, to our own society. You know what I mean? When we look at a lot of things that happen and the way people react, and you like, yo, you shot all these innocent people over that. You understand what I'm saying? To the point, it's almost at a point right now where there's not enough principles in what people be doing for you to really call it something. Real Hip Hop says sociopathic, meaning your grandiosity and aggressive tendencies stem from your environment. Uh, uh, I mean, I, in terms of being the cause, but I look at sociopathy more as just when you're kind of disconnected, you know what I'm saying, from the society that you exist in. Whether it's the greater society or an individual group of people that you might belong to. For many years they categorized me at the step before sociopathy, which is being antisocial. Yeah, Mr. Spock. Mr. Spock is, he must have saw what I seen. Yeah, the divine feminine. The cultivation of this feminine energy, though. The things that it entails. It's I didn't know that that's what. It's almost like learning about the birds and the bees when you learn about that stuff. Ramon Williams said, not having the knowledge of self, would that also be considered the art of illusion? No, the art of illusion, right, is what was used on you. Like all the different things. Like, look, like I said, when they introduce you to this mysterious stuff through things like Santa Claus, right? Through things like, the Easter Bunny, you know what I'm saying? Through, when, I don't know if that's universal, but, when I went to Sunday school, we had the coloring books, the songs, the church songs and all of that's the art of illusion. The cadence and the voices that the preacher uses. This is the arts of illusion. You know what I'm saying? Now, in prior times, when we go back into the 1800s and before, right, when science, well, I wouldn't say totally before, but let's say from, the fall of the original man civilizations, right, then you get the age of science or whatever, in the Renaissance, the 1700s, 1800s, you get all these different things. So before that, a lot of people was dealing with illusion because there was just a lack of knowledge. There's a lack of knowledge about this sun drawing this water up into a fine mist. You understand what I'm saying? Gravity is unknown what this, force is and all of that, let alone how to calculate it. So based on that, people is going to be dealing with a lot of illusions. And so the art of illusion doesn't have to be as fancy. You understand what I'm saying? You know, if you notice, you know, one of the things that's kind of killing off the church, right, is that it's harder to deal with the art of illusion because people have so much more knowledge now. So you can't tell them that, you know, rain is, you know, God crying. Or what did somebody say when it thunders, the devil slapped his wife or something? Somebody on the live stream said this not so long ago. You know, so that's where the art of illusion is. You know what I mean? You know. What we got here? Erica Badu fragrance packs. Yes, I didn't even know. I mean, I knew she was involved with all the you know, sacred yoni stuff, the, you know, divine feminine, but I didn't, you know, what is this fragrance? Is it both psycho, real hip hop said both psycho and sociopaths lack emotional intelligence. They are both detached from society. Um, I mean, I see what you're saying, but you know, wait, whoa, stop, full stop, full stop. Listen, full stop. Everybody hold their thoughts. Everybody hold their thoughts for a second. Everybody hold their thoughts for a second. I gotta get something straight here. Because I think that I'm dealing with the art of illusion right now. I think I'm dealing with the art of illusion right now. And I think I saw an illusion in the comments over here. Because, you know, I'm not even going to scroll back yet. I'm just going to tell you what I think I saw. Now, what I think I saw, what I think I saw is S. Reeves in 793rd saying that Erykah Badu was selling, I guess this is perfume, and the perfume was the scent, you know, the essence of this perfume was the scent of her genitalia. So, you know, I'm just saying. Now, look, this is look. Don't diagnose me, real hip hop. Don't diagnose me here, because this might be a sociopathic statement. And let me do a disclaimer. This is a Hotep channel. But it would seem to me, you know, just now look, you know, I draw things up, it would seem to me that it's being suggested here that Erykah Badu was selling P-word juice in a bottle. Yeah, see, I think this illusion that I'm having, it's like it's continuing, man. It looks like Mr. Spock, you know, in my, I don't know, I haven't, today, I don't even, it appears that this illusion I don't know. Hold up. Why does it seem like more and more people is participating in this illusion? So, what y'all are suggesting here, what y'all are suggesting here is that Erykah Badu is pumping P-word juice in a bottle. I have to say, I don't even have any mathematics for that. I don't even. See, this is what I mean. This illusion. I don't even have. This is, and y'all are really going in here. The last batch sold out in 2 hours. Okay, we gotta Google this. Who's buying this stuff? Who's buying this stuff? They extracted the scent from her dirty underwear. That's what y'all are telling me. This is the reality that y'all would like me to join in on, right? I mean, I could hardly believe that unless I was blind, deaf, and dumb. how much does this stuff cost? Does anyone have a price on this? What's the ticket? What's the ticket on P-word juice? Well, I guess they give a new where's Redman at when you need him? They've given new meaning to the P-Funk. Oh, so these is two different hustles. She's selling the P-Funk. She's selling the P-Funk and the dirty drawers. That's what you're saying. Hotep disclaimer. Wait, $121.99. And how much you get for that? Because I'm saying, depending on where you at. I don't know about, certain places like Vegas. But, if you in Hunts Point or you on Figueroa or something like that, you get the real thing for $121.99. If you over you get the real thing for $122. So you get 1 ounce for $122. He said dirty drawers for lower class chicks and high-end entertainers trying to be shishi fufu are selling actual scent. It appears the perfume is out of stock, but you can get her P-word scented incense. Baidu worldmarket.com/collections/Baidu-P-word. And how much is a pack of incense? Mr. Spock said the singer Bilal said looking into her eyes was like staring in the universe. Oh man, he's caught all up in the Baduisms. You know, look, you right. I'm gonna have to ask Smell Good. I'm gonna have to ask Smell Good about that one, man. But I'm saying though, All right, this stuff is sociopathic. How do you avoid getting diagnosed when you're dealing with that type of behavior, real hip hop? I had to say this live has gone lefter than any live that we've had so far. This live, but Teeth, how much is the P word scented incense? Yeah, but how much is it when it's in stock? And how long has she been selling the P funk? So they ain't even got the price up. And there's no word on who's purchasing this stuff, I'm saying. Yeah, 793rd, but this is on a whole other plane. So she been selling this since February is the first article. So she basically, during the quarantine, the P Funk is flying off the shelves. No, this is just psychotic in general, real hip hop. Before you, before you even get to the prices, so I just wanted to know the prices because I was like I said, for $122, you could go to Hunts Point and you know, you get the perfume and then some. God Sabbath Divine said the women's pheromones can be like kryptonite to a lesser god. So is that what they doing? Like a regular woman, she puts on the Baduism, P-Funk, and then she's supposed to attract dudes like Badu. Gwyneth Paltrow. Who's Gwyneth Paltrow? She's selling the P-Funk too. Capitalism, boy. Gotta love it. So for $150, you could get it. You could get it like Uber Eats. They bring it right to you. Roosevelt Avenue. Oh wait, you could order the P-Funk Plus for $150 now? You could order P-Funk Plus for $150 now, you saying? And they bring it to the bread. That's what you're saying. This is I mean I'm speechless. Speechless. The Christian asks if the P-Funk is supposed to attract a man. Yet she, okay, this is, wait, Hotep disclaimer. Is the P-Funk supposed to attract a man? Yet she don't got and never kept a man. It don't make sense. Anybody buying dirty drawers need evaluation for the record. I love Mother Earth. Listen, but you know, somehow or another, that's the power of a goddess manifesting itself. Oh man, you can get the P-Funk at Starbucks. Nah, man, you gotta go to Hunts Point, man. This stuff crazy, man. This stuff crazy. Stanley, they cleaned up over there a little bit. Man, this is crazy. See, I guess in a way, I'm glad I didn't know about this stuff. You know, corrupt my young mind or something. Okay, D Christian, we definitely have to do a Hotep disclaimer. D Christian said they're going overboard with this women empowerment stuff. Let's just call it females with daddy issues prostituting. Gotta call a spade a spade. You know, oh, it's back popping over there, Mr. Spot. I don't know. It could be me that needs mental evaluation, real hip hop, because this is another world to me. This is a new world. guess I was the last to find out about this stuff. But yeah, we reached that point, you know what I'm saying, where I don't know how to segue. I don't I don't know how to segue. I don't know how to segue my way up out of that topic. I don't know how to segue out of that topic, but are there any questions? Are there any questions? Listen. What you said, you see comorbid tendencies. What's comorbid? Yeah, Andre 3000. Yeah, he does. She does. She got him good. I don't know if she got him as good as Common though. She rock Common's not my G. Yeah, DOC ain't bug out. But yeah, do we have any questions, man? Because I'm in over my head, man. I'm in, listen, we out in the deep waters, man. We out in the deep waters now. Oh man. You said, oh, what is this? Comorbid or comorbid? Comorbid means more than one diagnosis. Listen, after hearing this right here, man, I may need some therapy or something. Oh man. That is some of the craziest stuff, man, of all time. I thought it was bugged out. Like I saw them, uh, they was selling like some kind of stones or something. Like it was some kind of rocks. And then they got you know, they like got a hold of rocks in the sacred yoni or something. I'm not exactly sure what it does. Yeah, I don't know, D Christian, but it appears they have that power. Woo. I thought that part was bugged out. Like just all of these, they had like some type of, exercises, some kind of exercises for the yoni, but I didn't know that this whole thing culminates in the selling of the P-funk. That's what this whole thing comes down to, I see. I don't know, I'm gonna have to look this up, man. And see just how many people is is see how prevalent the selling of the P-funk is. D Christian is a nut, man. Ooh. I guess you learn something new every day. But so yeah, if we don't have no new questions, man. I'm gonna wind this one down, man. I can't even listen. We can't even get back into. We gotta click the whole reset button. Think how we gonna go back and build on lessons after this? See, if I would have known this was gonna come out like this, man, I would have saved this for a whole separate, live stream, man. Only thing I can say about that right now is capitalism. You gotta love it. The boy degree. How we gonna go through the boy degree? How we gonna go do the boy degree, man? Yeah, you know what? I gotta get I still ain't get my program back popping. But yeah, I gotta get my program back popping. Because this is definitely a Rick James moment. But you can't go from the P Funk. You can't go from the P Funk to what is the sad birth record of the Nation of Islam. You can't do that, man. Ah, man, we out of here. Ah, man, P Funk to Pluto, man. That's it. Pluto to the P Funk. We way out past Pluto, man. When they selling the P Funk for $122. Man. Well, I guess you could change it. You want to talk about people that got the flag with the sacred yoni, if they have to wear a sacred yoni above their flag. So they would not be killed as quick as those who haven't purchased the P-Funk. Oh man, listen. Everybody that made it this far, do the each one teach one, man. Click the like button. I don't even know if you should share this one. I don't even. I think this one might just be for us, man. I think this one might just be. You know, listen. But you know, do the each one teach one. Click the like button. You know, if you do repost it with a Hotep disclaimer. You know, if you're new to the channel, I don't know if you necessarily want to subscribe because of this particular because of this particular program. You know, hit the notification button to be up on the lives. You know, hey, listen, it started from me just wondering what is the signs of like Queen Afua, like what is she dealing with? You know what I mean? Like why is she so you know, like to me, she's like the Beyonce of, you know, kind of the conscious women or something. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was just wondering, like, you know, how did, you know, what is it that she teaches that, you know, brings in the masses like that? But I see it. I mean, if she's showing you how to sell the P-Funk, if she's showing you how to sell the P-Funk for $122, then like I said, capitalism. Gotta love it. But so yeah, tomorrow is Thursday, so that's Sunyez will be coming at you on Sunyez 7 from his class at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Of course, I won't be coming on. Let the guys shine. And Friday, I'll be back in the pocket. Uh, I don't know if we'll be I don't know if we'll be revisiting this topic. Oh man, listen. I don't know if we'll be revisiting this topic. Uh who is the person, and we'll get into that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But at any rate, tomorrow check out Sunyez's class. And Friday I'll be back in the pocket, and we could come back, you know, in the realm of 3,680,000,000 miles away from the sun or something, man. This stuff is crazy, man. Yo, wait till I go outside tomorrow, man. This stuff is crazy. But listen, peace to all the brothers, you know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure we don't have too many of my female listeners that hung on today. Shout out to the Hotep brothers and sisters, and anybody else in the background that might be doing the knowledge. And I will see y'all on Friday. In fact, on Friday, I think we're gonna. If I'm supposed to go